Hi, my name is Reverend Edwin Guy. I'm the pastor of Victory Christian Tabernacle and Galilee Baptist Church. This video is entitled, If It Matters to Them, It Must Matter to You. And this is so important because if your spouse, husband or wife, or fiance has something that is a concern to them, and you feel or show forth the attitude or disposition that it's stupid or silly, it's not going to make for a healthy relationship. It's not going to make for a good open communication. They will become reluctant in sharing that particular thing with you, and then that'll lead to something else and could potentially lead to something else, and so on. The fact is that if something matters to your husband, then it's got to matter to you. And if something matters to your wife, then it's got to matter to you. And if something matters as to those who are not yet married, but if your fiance it has something that and it matters to them, it's got to matter to you. Now let me qualify what I mean when I say it's got to matter to you. You cannot blow it off or brush it off, or should not blow it off or brush it off, but you also ought not initially and automatically tell the other person that it's stupid or that it's silly. Uh, they may come to that realization as you show forth some serious and genuine concern for whatever the topic might be. The fact is that you ought not to simply say it's silly. If, for example, as a engaged couple, if the color of the decorations for the wedding is unimportant to you, but it matters to your spouse, to your fiance, uh, then although you might not be actively engaged in the color choosing, but you can certainly be supportive and let them know that it does matter, and if you whatever it is you can do, you should do to show that support. Sometimes it's just simply a matter of listening, but not just listening, listening attentively, listening sincerely. One might say, well, how does one listen sincerely? But if we're honest with ourselves, we know that we can give off a vibe, we can have an atmosphere. Even though we're sitting there, we have the demeanor that, oh my God, when is this conversation going to end? And that clearly communicates to the other person that you are not interested, that whatever the topic is doesn't matter to you. And for a good and healthy and strong relationship, if it matters to them, it's got to matter to you. The fact is that not everything that matters to you is going to matter to them either. And nevertheless, this is not tit for tat. The fact is that you would like them to show some interest in the things that matter to you, but sometimes they just don't have it. There are just some things that are not as big, as high a priority. But you must show yourself interest. You must make sure that you do not generate a feeling of disinterest. You may not be able to do anything about the situation. It may not be something that's involving you directly, but that's irrelevant. And again, I keep saying I'm not simply talking to the men or the women, I'm talking to both. Women, you've got to show an interest. Men, you've got to show an interest. Uh, Even though you may not be directly involved, even though you may not be directly impacted, but you must show an interest for the sake of the relationship. I want my fiance, I want my spouse, I want them to feel like they can come to me with anything and with everything. And even though some of the things they come to me with may not be of interest as as the husband or as the wife or as the fiance, the girlfriend or the boyfriend, you must show forth an interest, a genuine interest, that because it matters to you, I'm not going to look at it as silly. I'm not going to think of it as stupid, or I'm not going to dismiss it. I may not be able to offer you may not be able to offer any advice, but very often just your being patient, sitting, listening, genuinely listening, and just being there to show support, to that what matters to them matters to you, will go a long way in helping and strengthening your relationship. God bless you.